has recovered from a stomach complaint, a minor ailment by his standards. A Blackburn side, favourites for the Coca-Cola Cup. Shearer, after his two-game absence, replaces Roy Wegley, and Tim Sherwood gets the nod ahead of Mark Atkins, but Atkins' tenacity may be required if Cambridge spring an early surprise. This is the Cambridge strike force. Devon White, 6'3", 14 stone, a lone ranger. He could be on a Cambridge diet when it comes to chances to eat up. Manager Ian Atkins is going for a defensive formation, 5 in midfield. He's without his two first-choice centre-halves through injury, and his two first-choice centre-forwards who are cup-tied. The manager almost had to select himself. He's down to his last 30 professionals, but Andy Fenton returns from a 3-match suspension. Trying to play plenty of football, but finding 8 men in yellow shirts standing inside the Cambridge United 18-yard box. Space for Blackburn. Oh, first shot at goal is missed, and there's almost a goal in the opening minute and a half. Strong that goal. Crowded away. May to Ripley, forced out of the box. Good marking from Kim, who's pushed him a good 15-20 yards away from goal, and that is very good defensive work by Cambridge, stemming a potentially good attack from Blackburn Rovers. A few words of warning from the referee, John Francis. Possibly a case of bad timing rather than a bad challenge. Little header. Oh, it drops. And the head of Alan's play. Cross and almost a goal. Well, Bobby Mims' first save had to be a brilliant save. Face. Back to Ripley. Can he do it a second time? Again, a right foot cross, and Vaughan has to tip it. It's still in play, and that is a terrible miss. It was ball to hand rather than hand to ball. The referee speak. Good climb from White. Keeps his eye on the ball. Knows his limitations. He's not a player for dribbling 35 yards. Gets rid of it quickly. Shot coming in. Oh, and a goal! Well, Ewood Park is silenced. A goal of sheer quality from Gary Clayton. Kenny Dalglish, his players and his fans are absolutely stunned. I don't think the bench of Cambridge United can believe it either. Celebrations from Gary Clayton. Ian Atkins telling his players, you can do it. Well, it was White who started the move, and he's what, possibly 35, 40 yards out, and he can't play Bobby Mims. That was an absolutely superb goal. 5 minutes gone, and Cambridge are ahead. Well, Clayton just carried the ball forward, had a quick look up, didn't he, at goal, and knew exactly what he was going to do. A great goal. Minus White, who's stretching, and he's not just stretching his legs, he's stretching this Blackburn defence, using his might and his power, unorthodox, but almost 2-0. Well, everyone's off the bench. I tell you what, since that goal went in, Ian Atkins hasn't sat down. Jumping around and more energetic than most of his players out there, and that's saying something. We'll say nothing panics aside that Kenny Dalglish is in charge of. The old Liverpool way, they'll score a goal in the final moment if they need to. There's a man that could change it at Wegley. Again, a bad pass though. Wilcox throw, Cowans to Wilcox, who's going to have to beat 2 defenders, decides on the cross. Cox into the near post, goes across everybody! But in at the far post was Manuel. Well, certainly a contrast in styles. Excellent football from Blackburn Rovers. All one-touch stuff. And Mike Newell in at the far post to claim his 8th goal of the season. And the unshaven Kenny Dalglish shows no emotion, but surely inside he must be a much happier man. The first time this half, Cambridge's defence was stretched. Nobody wanted to take responsibility apart from Newell. And with 15 minutes gone in the second half, it's all level. Takes on 3 players on his left foot. Oh, and that was a better save than it actually looked from John Vaughan. May, Ripley prefers to be out wide. Tries the early cross, doesn't quite pay off. There's still a chance for May. Tries a shot. Oh, and just a touch, I think, from the goalkeeper. Oh, and is it in? It is the second time. Mike Newell thought he got a carbon copy of the first goal, but the ball again went through defenders' legs and to the far post. And it's Roy Wegley who's celebrating. Wilcox to right. Cambridge keeping the defence on the 18-yard box to 1, 2, 3, 4 sets of players, and Wegley arrives and celebrates. Those, it's Newell, steadies himself, takes it inside, and a mark of a great striker. Alan Shearer would have been proud of that one. With less than 2 minutes to go. Mike Newell celebrating his birthday a couple of weeks early. It's in. Oh, they have less than a minute to equalise it. The centre-back joining the attack. I think it was Danny O'Shea that got the header to the ball. Corner was taken. And in fact, it was his central defensive partner, Mick Heathcote, coming through everybody in a perfect header. Later. The referee makes the night for the Blackburn fans. They've had some scary moments, blowing for full time, and still the commitment from the Cambridge players at full time. Gary Clayton, who started off the scoring with the first goal, an angry man, but maybe his anger at the results rather than the player. Mike Newell will be 28 at the end of the month, celebrates with 2 goals. Great finishing from him in the absence of Alan Shearer. Well, Blackburn, for the first time since the early 60s, go into the semi-finals of the Coca-Cola Cup, and obviously